Okay, this is the HVAC indoor air handler, heater, call it what you will. This is our system right here. It's a pretty simple system. Cool, heat, emergency heat, auto, off, and back to cool. I'm going to leave it on cool. Now, because it's higher than 70 degrees outside today, we're not going to be able to operate this in the heating mode. We can turn the emergency heat on. Now, since it's a heat pump, then, you know, it's like an air conditioner with a reverse. So if it's working in the cooling mode, and we're going to find out, then it should be operable in the heating mode if the valve is working right, of course. This is the air filter size, 20 by 25 by 1. Okay, it's going to go back in like this. We have it out temporarily. This is your return air. On your return air, we're kind of jumping around, you know, thermostats up in the heating section. Air conditioning ducts have their own section. Air conditioner, but we're kind of working up. Okay, well, this is our evaporator coil while we're working up. Primary drain line. We don't need a secondary drain line. We have a safety switch, a float switch. Our P-trap is deep enough. This P-trap should be insulated. So that should be insulated. Now, by today's current energy standards, this plenum, this return air plenum, and it makes a box down here, it should be lined, and it's not. It should be lined with galvanized, and it wasn't required to 2015, so it wasn't required when this home was built. Also, because of this nice big door, we're going to be able to look up. It's unusual, but this time we get to look up into the evaporator coils, and we're going to discover that they're dirty. I know these things because I've already been there. I get that. Okay. This is the floor. It's not lined. Filter down there. Come up here like this. Those are our evaporator coils, and they're nice and dirty. That. I want to go ahead and put this up real quick. Just gonna air direction right. Okay. This is how you change your filter once a month, or whenever you get your electric bill. That's a good time. This air filter needs to be. Those coils need to be cleaned. They won't need to be cleaned as often. It doesn't fit real good, does it? All right. Well, there we go. Coming up here, we got some kind of documentation. Field manager 1223 washer hub. Okay, this is the data plate. And this tells us this was manufactured in 2005. This equipment is engineered on paper to last 20 years. It might last 35 years. But Las Vegas is going to give you about 14. After 14 years, you start having problems with it. People start installing rags to keep it from leaking and stuff, things like that. There's our main disconnect switch for it. Okay. And we can install it here because this is an all-electric system. All-electric system. I don't see a care and use manual. So what do we learn? We learn that our thermostat is not programmable. We learn that we do not have a care and use manual, operations manual inside. We learned that our evaporator coils are dirty. We learned that our P-trap is not insulated. And maybe this is just good information, but we also learned that our plenum, the plenum underneath the air conditioning system, was not lined with a galvanized pin. Or it could be plastic if it's UL listed. You know, if it's UL listed, it could be anything that, you know, is listed. But, you know, the code just says galvanized. The energy code.